Basically, you want about a half a pound of cold spaghetti to make this dish. So I'm cold shocking a little undercooked, a fat handful of spaghetti that we cooked up in salted boiling water. So I'm just gonna pop it onto a dish towel for a second to cool it down and let it dry off a touch. When you're making frittatas, a great rule of thumb, preheat your oven, and when you crack the eggs for any frittata, the size of the pan is the number of eggs you should use. So if I was using an 8-inch frying pan, crack 8 eggs. Salt and pepper into our eggs. The creamy factor in this comes from adding ricotta cheese. So I'm gonna add about a cup of fresh sheep's or cow's milk ricotta and start whipping this together. And then to that, when I make my husband carbonara for supper, I use both pecorino romano, which is sheep's milk and nice and salty and tangy, and the king of all cheeses, parmigiano reggiano, which is made with cow's milk. So it's a salty, nutty, kind of buttery flavor to it. So I can't decide which I like better, and I don't have to. I can roll with both. So that's what I do. I also put a little bit of parsley in here, a little bit of chopped parsley for color and that little bit of grassy flavor. Okay, now we have our egg mixture all together. In our skillet, a non-stick oven-safe skillet, turn that heat down just a hair. I'm gonna add some good olive oil, a couple turns of the pan, and a few pats of butter. Melt the butter into the oil. Give that a swirl. And to that glorious mixture of fat, we're going to add our diced meaty pancetta or guanciale. I'm going to grate in a couple of fat cloves of garlic. So that smells fabulous. The garlic's incorporated. Now we add our cold spaghetti and let it get a little crispy and heat it through. And once our spaghetti gets a little crispy on the bottom and we pull that pancetta through the whole mess of the cold spaghetti, we're gonna pour the eggs over and pop it in the oven until it's golden brown and set. Now we're gonna move on to our salad dressing. When I was a little kid, they used to have, I think it was called 7 C's or something. Used to make this Italian dressing in a little shaker bottle. It's actually a very clever idea. Produce costs a lot of money, right? So I say, go home, wash everything, chop up your favorite mixed green salad ingredients, and leave it naked in the fridge. So for my Italian dressing today, I started with some grated. I just put my microplane or my little handy grater here right over the top of the bottle, and I grated in a little shallot and a big fat clove of garlic. To that, I'm gonna add a little fennel. You can use ground fennel, fennel pollen, or even fennel seed, a little crushed red pepper flake, a little chili flake. Yum. A little oregano. Little goes a long way on that one. For sweetness, I'm going to add a fat drizzle of honey. I'm going to balance the honey with a little bit of Dijon. I'm going to add some white balsamic or white wine vinegar or red wine vinegar. We call wine vinegar in our house everyday vinegar, because we use it every day. And a little salt and pepper. A little squirt of lemon juice in there as well. So generally, when you're making a salad dressing, use 3 times as much oil or fat, whatever oil you're using, to the total amount of acid. So if you have 2 tablespoons of acid, you're gonna use about 6 tablespoons of oil. I wouldn't measure it, but just kind of eyeball it. Is 1 3 times the amount of the other. Now we can give it a shake and we're good to go. Now for this salad, I just have a tricolore salad, 3-color salad. Radicchio, a little endive, just buy 3 different colors of lettuce, whatever kind you like. I like fresh fennel, I would shave that in there. I would add a ton of red onion to this because I love onions, but I didn't know if our family that we're feeding today loved onions, so I left those out. So I got my 3 lettuces in there, and then I like basil, sweet basil, or even better for me, tarragon. I love licoricey tarragon, especially with fennel. So I'm gonna add a little chopped tarragon and dress our salad. We are cutting up giant slices of our carbonara. I'm gonna put a little bit of salad on the side.